everybody. Welcome to Bestie Book Reviews. I'm here with my bestie Mandy.
And I'm here with my bestie Jessica.
So it is that time again. It is time for us to do our 1 minute book recs. This is where we go over all the books we read in the past week with 1 minute synopsis for each book. But I think we have quite a bit of that. I think we have that. Go ahead,
Yes.
Mandy.
So we are doing our 26 books of 2026, and it is time to draw our winner for the PR box of Come What May by Corinne Michaels. And we, again, are doing 26 books this year. So you definitely want to hit that subscribe button, like, comment, hype our video. We appreciate all of that. And we will be announcing our next giveaway. I think it's going to be in Wednesday's video.
All I know is it's coming. You just tell me when and where, and I'll be there.
We should be announcing it in Wednesday's video.
Okay,
so,
cool.
Drum roll for the winner.
Yep, I got all the names. This was painstaking, let me tell you. Okay, ready? Let's see. Okay, ready? I feel like I just need to really like this is a good giveaway. Like we got to make sure I really mix those suckers up.
Giveaway, yes.
Is it? Yes, it is. Oh yeah, it is. Okay. Can you see it? Michigan Gal 007.
Ooh,
yay!
Congratulations. Yes. All right, so you need to email us at bestiebookreviews@gmail.com, and so we can connect and get your information so we can get this to you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right.
Well, all right, are we ready to dive into our 1 minute book recs?
Yeah, let's do that. How was your reading week?
My reading week was pretty good. I read 9 books.
Okay. My reading week was okay. I read 5 books, but I had some good reads.
Ooh, awesome. So, I can't wait to hear about them.
I can't wait to tell you.
That means you're going first.
It does mean you're going first.
I think you should go first.
No, because then we just sit and listen to the Mandy show. It helps it be a shorter Mandy show.
For 2 3/4 of a year. That's what I have done.
Yes,
is
I love
listen
it.
to the Jessica show.
Yeah, but I always went first. It was never crazy like that. So
okay.
Nope, don't do that.
Okay. Ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, the first book I read was one that was, I think this was on my February TBR, and that's Taylor's Father by Penelope Ward. This has got all the great things that I love, age gap and best friend's dad. And it also had some great banner. So we have Blair. Blair is gifted a trip to a resort when she her and her longtime high school boyfriend have broken up. She's 19, almost 20, so she's there. And it's just kind of actually gotten a little bored. So she decides to get on a hookup type app. And she sees that this guy that she had seen in the hotel lobby, who is quite attractive, who's a little bit older, is on there. And she fibs and says she's 29. And they agree to meet up. They meet up at the kiddie pool. And he quickly realizes that she's not 29. But he's very attracted to her, so he's kind of like fighting this attraction. And I just loved the banner between the two of them, how they went back and forth. They actually developed kind of a fun friendship at the resort before anything happens between the two of them. And then they end up kind of having the resort fling, and they go their separate ways. 4 years later, she is at her guy best friend Taylor's wedding, and she sees Tate there, who is Taylor's dad. Now, her best friend Taylor and his dad have had a pretty rough relationship and have just started repairing it. So this is why she has no idea who he is yet. And yeah, there's a lot for them to figure out. I really enjoyed this, rated it 4 stars.
Okay. Well, the first book that I have is one that we talked about when we did our Hot and Steamy video. And so this is the one that was post-apocalyptic, and let me tell you about it. So this is Pandemonium by Susanna Storm. Yeah, nope, it's Strom. See, that's why I have a problem. Okay, so this is the first book in her World Fallen series. This follows Kinsey, who is a college student, and she is cramming for a paper that she's trying to write. There's been some talk of this illness that is going on, this flu that is going around. But so far she hasn't seen anything when her best friend and her best friend's boyfriend and her ex-boyfriend storm into her dorm room and tell her it is time to go. We need to go. Things are getting bad. The government's or the governor is about to declare a state of emergency, and we're not going to be able to leave the state of Oregon if we don't get in the car right now. And so they decide to go home to where the best friend lives, and the boys are from as well, up in Idaho. Kenzie decides that she doesn't want to spend all this time in the car with her ex, and so she asks them to drop her off at her cousin's house. So her cousin lives in Portland as well, and he is a recluse, a little bit of a recluse. He does feel very neurodivergent, but he is a prepper, and he is ready for the apocalypse. So she goes to her cousin, the other ones take off, and then the neighbor comes in one time, and that is where we meet Ripper. He is a part of an MC out of Portland, and he is the neighbor, and he's really good friends with the cousin, and things start with them. So I gave this 4 stars. It is a part of a duet, and then the series goes off from there. I haven't read the second book yet. I didn't see the bestest reviews with the second book. I think people felt like it was kind of prolonged. I'll probably still read it. Like I said, I did give this 4 stars. There just were some things you can tell that the author was probably trying not to. I think for authors, it's hard. They want your heroine to be a little bit of a feminist badass, right? Like not dependent on men. And so there'd be times when she'd be talking about how she has to depend on these guys, but yet in the previous life, we wouldn't allow that, but we're allowing it now. And I just want to say that if the apocalypse happens, any feminist beliefs I have are out the damn window. I will be relying on my husband all the time. Somebody save me, protect me. I don't care. I will be the biggest weakling there is. And I feel like that's okay in the apocalypse. So just saying, don't always gotta be a badass. So, just my 2 cents on that one.
Okay.
So, okay.
Thank you
what
for
do got
sharing
next?
that.
Yeah, just so you know where we'll be if the apocalypse happens.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, I did not read about the apocalypse.
Oh man.
But
what
I
did you read
read a
about?
book that you really enjoyed because she's a widow, she's pregnant, and she has kids.
Yep. Love that book. Okay,
So
tell us about
that
it.
is Honor by Danielle Baker. This is the 3rd book in the Sky Rich Hot Shots. You do not have to read these in order. They are interconnected standalones. I think that you might get a little bit more out of it if you've read the other 2, but you really don't have to. So this is Teddy's story. Teddy is the sister to Cal. Her husband has just passed away, and I think where we're starting is it's been about 6 months. She lives in the duplex on the other side of Xander. Xander and Cal are best friends. Xander's also Cal's boss as the Hot Shots. And Teddy is pregnant. She's like very pregnant, and she has 2 kids, and she's just trying to get by. Xander has had a crush on her for a long time, but never did anything because she was married. And so now she's living next door to him. He can hear her sometimes crying at night, and he just wants to make life better for her. So he is a golden retriever hero that I can totally get behind because he still kind of has that alpha badassness to him, but he just wants to help her and make her life better. But he also doesn't want to be with her, even though he does, because his job is so dangerous. He doesn't want to put her in a position like that or her kids. So he struggles a lot internally with that. I really enjoyed this, rated it 4 stars, and I will be reading more by Danielle Baker.
Okay. Well, the next book I had was A Smutty Good Time.
That's
I
good.
didn't realize it going into it, but apparently that's what it is. So this is Such a Good Girl by Effie Campbell. I have enjoyed
Wait, hold on.
What?
That was called Such a Good Girl, and you didn't realize it was going to be smutty.
Hey, you know what? We're not judging. I mean, I figured it'd be smutty. I just didn't realize it'd be this smutty, but that's okay. Anyhow,
Okay.
So this is by Effie Campbell. I've enjoyed her McGowan Mafia series that I've listened to and Burn for Me and a few other ones, but this one's a little bit different. So this is about Ashley. She is married, and she is married to a 100% mama's boy who thinks his mom walks on water and will not give Ashley the attention that she needs. Like they rarely ever have sex. He'd rather play video games. And she is just she is hurting for a connection and she's hurting for some attention. And so one night she's perusing, she sees a like a BDSM kind of leather type website, and she purchases a collar and some cuff links off of there, or some cuffs. And when they arrive, she gets dressed up for her husband, but he doesn't want her. So she dresses up for herself, takes a couple pictures, and then leaves a review. And then that leads her to Bobby, who is the owner who makes the cuffs and the collars. And she gets her very own stalker. So it is a novella. It's short. I gave it 3.5 stars only because it's a novella, right? And I didn't need all that steaminess, but you know, it is what it is. So there is some BDSM in this for those who like that. He might also kidnap her too.
So in anticipation of book club, which was on Friday, I wanted to read the Haven Brothers series, the books I hadn't read yet. And so I read Temptation Trails by Claire Kingsley. So this is about Garrett. Garrett's a sheriff. He also has a son. I think he's like 14 or 15, and his son is not making great choices, which leads to some interesting problems for Garrett. Harper is recently moved to town and is taking over her aunt's bakery, and one of Garrett's aunts has set him up on a date with her, and things go awry pretty quickly. With that, like the first impression just doesn't go so hot. Well, they end up deciding to be together, like deciding to try and date, and they, hook up pretty early in their dating situationship, and surprise, she is pregnant. So this is romantic suspense, so there's a whole nother element to this story as well. I got a little bored at times. So there were times where I was really hooked and couldn't wait to know what was about to happen. And I felt like really strongly like the book was like a strong 4. And then I would get bored and I'd be like, is this really a 4? And then our heroine would say sugar cookie again for like the 50th time as her swear word. And I just got sick of it. I couldn't handle it. So I rated it a 3. There were times where it was really good, but oh my gosh, the heroine just got annoying.
Okay.
I mean, it is fine to use other words for swear words, but it just got old really quick. Like she constantly was saying sugar cookies, sugar cookie. Like,
No, thank you.
just
No.
say fuck it.
Uh-huh. Exactly. All right. Well, I did have a 5-star this week. So let's talk about my 5-star. I'm going to tell you right now, this book is bullshit and it made me cry. So, I don't like doing that, but it rarely ever happens. So this one was a tearjerker. So this one is Things That Break Us by Michelle Hurd. Now, I've read a lot of Michelle Hurd's Mafia stuff. This is not Mafia. This is definitely different, and it has a different feel to it. So this is Nova and Easton's story. At the beginning of this book, Nova has just left her boyfriend, who has been very abusive to her. She's got bruised ribs. She's not doing very hot when she gets a phone call from her best friend. Her best friend and her have been best friends since they were in elementary school, and they are very, very close. And these girls are about 28 years old here. The best friend lives with her daughter. She is a single mom. She got pregnant at 18, and she lives with her brother, who has since made it big in Hollywood, and he is a big time Hollywood actor. And so he lives in California. So she gets the call from her sister telling her, or from her best friend telling her, I need you to come. I need you to come now. I can't tell you what's wrong on the phone, but I need you to come to me now. And so she drives for 2 days straight from somewhere either in the Midwest or on the eastern side, I didn't catch where, all the way to California. When she gets there, she finds out that the best friend is dying. She has a brain tumor and she has literally weeks left. And Nova has had this huge crush on Easton, the brother, for a very long time. And the two of them are going to have to deal with that and also help with the child and deal with all of the things that come along with him being famous, and being out and seen out with someone. So I did give this 5 stars. I felt like the first half was way stronger than the second half. I kind of felt like it got felt a little rushed in a few parts, but I still give it 5 stars because the bitch made me cry. Okay. And nobody does that. So,
Ouch.
yeah, but I loved it. It was good. But again, I don't really like the cover model. He is not like, he's just got a weird, that is not no. This is the one that we were talking about the other day, and I was like, this is the one I bought the book because I love the book. But that's not what my Easton looks like. Just gonna put that out there.
Okay.
Next.
Well, next I read a dark rom-com, and we'll talk more about that after I give the review. So
Okay.
I read One Night Match by Montana Fire. And this is the first book in her Matchmaker series. I can't remember what the name of the series was. Sorry. Okay, so we have Riley and Cruz. So Riley is in a mafia family. She really wants nothing to do with the mafia world, but her family has kind of forced her into it. And Cruz is the head of the mafia, and he realizes he needs to take a wife, or he's the head of his mafia family. He realizes he needs to take a wife to kind of strengthen some things. He's got a lot of rats in his organization and he needs to get this figured out. So he uses the Mafia Matchmaker service, which takes the guesswork out of arranged marriages. And he matches with Riley. He's never met her before. They've never seen each other. They're going to get married they're getting married. And it's like sight unseen type thing. Well, Riley happens to go out the night before she's supposed to marry him to a club, and she runs into this hot guy. They end up doing it in the bathroom, and she's like, of course, like this guy that like really kind of did it for me is the guy I meet right before I get married. And Cruz is like, wow, the first woman that kind of does it for me right before I get married. And voila, it is each other. But Riley wants no part of the mafia world, so she wants to enact the 90-day clause, and so she's doing everything she can to try and push him away. Well, he's like, "Wait, you might be perfect for me." But there's all this mafia stuff going on as well, so there's like some danger and things like that. I really enjoyed it. I rated it 4 stars. It is considered a dark mafia rom-com, is what she labels it. If you are a dark reader like Jessica, you're not going to find this very dark at all. If you sometimes read dark or haven't really read dark, then you will probably find this dark. So I just wanted to clarify that dark is very, very subjective. This is not over the top dark because there is some rom-com aspects to it. There's a
Mhm.
cat that just is really quite funny.
Okay. Okay, well, the next book I read is probably one that and I think you read this one this week too, because it was our book club book.
Oh, okay.
So let's
Are we
stand
staying
together.
on?
Yeah, you can hold it up because I don't know where I stuck mine still. Okay, so this is Whispers and Wildfire by Claire Kingsley. I'm going to talk for a second, then I'll let Mandy take over. This is what, book 4 of the Haven Brothers? And it's Melanie and Luke. Melanie's going through a divorce. She moves back to the small town. Luke is a race car driver. He's her ex-boyfriend. And they run into each other. It's Haiti, Levy. I don't even care. Your turn. What else happened?
I rated it 3 stars. The book club was kind of
3 stars, yeah.
a dud. There again, with this book, there were times where I was really enjoying it, but unfortunately for this one, there were times where I was a little more bored.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it might
Yeah.
have been my fault because I was reading a couple of them in a row.
Yeah.
So maybe the romantic suspense fell a little flat because I just read a couple. But during book club, it sounds like that was not the case. And that there were several recommendations, like the Bailey brothers for her books that people really seem to enjoy. So she does have another one coming. Oh, there's our timer. She does have another book in this series coming out in April. I think it comes out April 7th. So I may give it a try, but I also have a really full TBR.
Yes,
But
you do.
typically I like Claire Kingsley. So
Yeah. This just didn't work for me. So, okay,
yeah.
you're next.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, next I got the ALC. And so, as are all things with ALCs, at times the ALC was supposed to come out, it's been delayed. So, if you're interested in listening to this book, you're just going to have to kind of keep an eye on Audible or SJ Silvis's socials to find out when it is going to drop because it was supposed to already be out and there's been a delay. So,
Okay.
I got the ALC for Overtake. It's done by Bryant Walker and Samantha Cook. I think Bryant Walker was a new to me audio narrator, and I loved him a lot. He did a fantastic job as Rome. So this is the first book in their Van Stone Racing series. We have Rome and Tess. Rome gets in an accident this is Formula F1, while he's racing, and it was basically caused by his dad trying to cheat. And so he's fed up and done with his dad. Like, he knows his dad's not a great guy, so he's done. So he goes to Van Stone Racing and gets a racing position there with them on the team. And the two dads are rivals. They used to like each other and now they hate each other and they're rivals. And so it causes quite the stir in the racing community and with the Van Stone family. And Tess is not happy about this either. Tess is the engineer, so she's the one who's in his ear talking to him a lot during the racing. And I just became obsessed with this book. I loved it. And they end up kind of having like a little bit of they have a true like enemies, rivals to lovers story arc where you can understand why they don't like each other and you see the banter and the rivalry between the two of them and then that progression. And I'm obsessed with this book. I loved it so much. I rated it 5 stars. It is a favorite. It will be on my top of the month. And I cannot wait for the next book to come out in the series in July.
Okay.
And I'm very mad that I didn't order the special edition when we were at Wild and Windy. But I had never read S.J. Silvis before, so now I think I'm going to have to go back and do some reading there.
Okay. Perfect.
Okay.
Okay, so for my last book for the week, I read Hours Later by Jen Bullard. This is it's a forbidden dark Omegaverse. And it does get pretty dark. So this is about Nina. Nina has left home. Her mother is like this Southern debutante, and she was never good enough for her mother. Her mother, like when the opening scenes happen, she's about 9. She's climbing a tree. Her mom's about to marry this guy who has a son that's a couple years older than her. She falls out of the tree. He catches her. But her mom makes it sound like she's a complete nuisance. So her mom is like, mommy dearest. The mom is horrible. Well, now we fast forward to 10-ish years later. She is 18. She's gotten a scholarship to go to a college in Michigan. Her mother doesn't know it. Her mother is off with her latest husband traveling. And so she left. She took off and left, and she's going to this college. She's living out of her car because her scholarship doesn't cover housing. When she runs into Cooper. Cooper is her stepfather and an alpha. When Cooper smells her for the first time in all these years,
my interest is piqued.
He realizes she is his scent match. When his son runs into her later on, she doesn't even recognize the son because it's been so many years since her mom got divorced and they've changed so much. He realizes that she is his scent match. Then the mom comes into the picture, declares her crazy, and has her thrown into a mental asylum where they literally torture her for half the book. And the guys can't get her out. And it's like a thing. So it does get dark. I loved it. I gave it 5 stars. It's got the taboo elements. It is why choose. There's a third guy that does come along. It's also got the really dark elements. And it's got the, I'm just going to strangle your mother if I get my hands on her elements. Mm-hmm. There were some things in here that I've never seen done before in books. I just enjoyed it. I really did. It was good.
Do we have to do an Omegaverse convincing coming up? Because make sure that's on there.
We just did one, but I have no problem doing that again here in about 3 or 4 months for you, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Don't forget.
I won't forget. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Or can we redo the video that we just did and you add that on there?
No, but I will find a way to get you to force you to read.
Okay.
I've got a lot of Omegaverse on my TBR and stuff too. So I'm in the mood right now for Omegaverse. So
sweet.
We'll see. Yeah.
Okay. Next up, I have my last tour. I have 2 ALCs and an ARC. So here we go. So next on my list is the ALC for the wild card. This comes out oh gosh, it's April 2nd, but sometimes Piper Rain drops stuff on their website earlier, so you can go look for it. Probably right now, I think. So this is, again, full cast duet narration. Sean Masters and Aaron Mallon are the 2 main ones for this couple. So we have Foster and Callie. Foster is on the baseball team, obviously. He's the pitcher, and then he's also best friends with Callie's brother. Callie's brother is from the first book that in the series. So we have Foster and Callie. They had a one-night stand. We don't actually see that. We just are told about it happening. And Callie is now pregnant, and she's kind of freaking out. And she goes about telling him in a really odd way that goes horribly wrong because he shows up with another woman during this, and it goes awry very quickly. some other things end up happening, and she ends up living with him, and they decide that they're going to co-parent together. But they basically start acting like a couple, and things kind of go wrong because Foster has a lot of trauma from his childhood to unpack that he has to deal with. And I just, oh, this one really has a lot of those raw emotions. Really enjoyed it. I rated it 5 stars. And one thing I really love about Piper Rain is they do such a great job of integrating couples from the past book and the couple that you know is going to be coming without feeling like they're overwhelming you. They do a really, really good job of that, because sometimes when you're reading a book, that can be very off-putting, where you're like, oh, I can't even enjoy the story because you keep referencing these other people, and obviously you're trying to like plug your next book. I don't feel like it ever feels like that in these books, and I love them.
Okay.
Then I switched things up with Mafia. So I got
Ooh.
the ALC for Jagger Cole's Dance of Ruin.
Okay.
And that this is like his dance. What is that series called? The
Mm.
Dance something. That series is now being put onto audio. So this one is done by Emery Erickson and Stephen Dexter. It comes out March 31st, and this is Naomi and Nico's story. Naomi's father is a politician, and he's kind of only cares about that. And Naomi is taken and drugged, and there's a video made. So there's some leverage. Well, Nico finds out about it. Nico's family, Nico is part of the mafia. His family is attacked, and he's seeking revenge. So he kind of goes after Naomi for that revenge and uses this video against her. She's a ballerina. This has got very dark elements in it. And of course, it's Jagger Cole. So it's got all of those mafia twists and turns. So I find his books sometimes hard to talk about because I don't want to give anything away.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
I really enjoyed it. I rated it 4 stars. It was good.
Okay.
And then last but not least, I had the arc for Unplanned Play by Shel Sloan. I got behind in my physical reading, and so this is already out. So go grab this one. It starts off her Nashville Player series. So we have Gabby, who is 35. Gabby's in Vegas celebrating her divorce. She's been trying to divorce her husband for like 2 years because he cheated on her and he was just a douche canoe. And they were married for like 10 plus years, I think. And so she's celebrating, like obviously long over this marriage, but she's out celebrating. Maddox is there. He's 24. He is celebrating that his football team, the Nashville Fury, just won the championship. So he's out partying. And the two of them end up doing some karaoke together and hanging out, and they have a Vegas fling. Well, Gabby lives in Nashville. So Maddox ends up getting her phone number and finding her hanging out at her bakery. And Gabby's like, I'm 35, you're 24. Like, ooh, like, kind of freaked out about this when she finds out she's pregnant. Dun,
Of
dun, dun.
course.
That happened.
Okay.
Like, that was a theme this week for me.
Yeah.
So I really enjoy this. This book was a little bit longer than I'm used to from Shel Sloan, but she's setting up the new series in it. And so you're really meeting like a lot of the people that are going to play pivotal roles in upcoming books. And again, Shell's doing a great job of this, like where you really just kind of become invested in all these people without feeling overwhelmed. But I did want to mention something. So oh, and this is also He Falls First, like hard. I know that's kind of a popular trope right now. Okay, what I really thought was funny is sometimes in these books, like these women are like, oh, I haven't been with anybody for a while. And then like we get to the spicy scenes and everything just comes together perfectly. Well, she's feeling a little self-conscious because she's like 10 years older than him, right? And he's a football player. He's probably getting it whenever he wants with like models and, all of that stuff. And so she has this mental like dialogue with herself about like, where do I put my legs? Where should I put my hands? Like all of this stuff, which just kind of cracked me up because I feel like
Mhm.
those are things like a real woman would be thinking about if it's been a few years and you're with some hot young guy, like those, like you're gonna be self-conscious and think about that. And I
Yep.
thought it was so funny. Shell definitely brings the humor for this book.
Good.
Okay,
Okay. That's it, huh?
that is it.
That's a wrap. Okay.
That is our reading
Mhm.
week. I
Okay.
feel like we had a great variety this week.
We did. We had a good variety.
We
this
were
week.
all over the place.
Yeah, exactly. So, all right, well, wrap her up.
Okay, well, make sure you check back on Mondays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. And this Wednesday, we should have a video out and there should be a new giveaway listed.
Yeah.
Congratulations to our winner,
Michigan
Michigan Gal 007. Is that what you said?
Yes. Yeah.
So congrats and thanks for, nope, I don't thank the people, you do.
I thank the people. Yeah.
Please
So I'm
hit
gonna
the
do that.
subscribe button. It means a lot to us.
Yes. I'm going to say thanks. So thanks for being here. Thanks for watching, guys. And we'll see you in the next video.
And tell us how your reading week was.
Do that too.